Yo, yo. Hold on. I need to get this, fix this mic. Sorry, dude. Retarded. That was totally my fault. Sorry, I forgot to put the main room in here. What's good, James? Ever you coming on, or are you just are you producing? He's producing.
It's producing.
What's good, James?
No.
Happy Monday, bro.
Happy Monday, brother. How you going?
Doing great, man. Yo, I might be able to lock in a payout on stream today. I think I need to do the math. I might need like $150 if we make it. I'll lock in $6,000 with Tradeify. So
sick.
I don't want to force it, but I want to do it.
I took a payout today with FTMO, $3.5 grand.
Let's go.
Yeah, 3.5, including the refund if you want to include the refund. But yeah, 3.5.
Oh, it's your first payout with that account? Correct,
on that account, specific one. Yeah, but yeah, and then I locked in another 2 accounts. I won't trade them until payout date. The payout date, one of the payout dates is in 3 days, and the other payout dates in 7 days, and that will be a total of 13K. So.
Bro is on fire. Yeah, man. Let's go. So, all right. Hopefully I could do the same today.
Get this powder over the line. What did Apex tune you about that count? That you just have to continue trading it, I'm assuming?
They don't, dude. I gave him a whole email. I was like, listen, fair enough. You're denying the payout. Technically, it's like I shouldn't have been able to request it. Fine. And sure. I gave them this whole email saying, but I shouldn't have been able to request it, because when you request a payout and it gets denied, your consistency score gets reset.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
So I would need to trade another like 3 to 4 days at least and make a 30% consistency score. So I emailed them like a very nice, respectful email. And I was like, hey, Apex, just give me undo the reset of the consistency score, because I shouldn't have even been able to request it. I got like a 1-line answer. So not the best advertisement for Apex, bro. I am on the legacy accounts. So, I mean, the point is, hopefully the new plans,
you focus on these ones getting the 6K, right, going.
So, bro, if I get 6K from Tradeify today, then it's like that Apex denial never happened.
Never happened. That's kind of exactly. Yeah. Well, it still did happen. It's always, but I get to
say. Yeah. I kind of wish I took that short. I took a short and I got a little scared. I made like a couple $100 on it. If I held it, I would have had the payout locked. But sometimes it's better to be scrappy. I was feeling a little scrappy because I was in on a couple minis. So I was like, let me just hit 30.
Yeah, that's what you can't. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Jeez.
Yeah. I'll pull up my stuff. What up? I see some people in the YouTube chat. Yeah. What up, Lance? What up, Ricardo? Sumit? What's going on, ASFX? David? We got a lot of people in here. And on YouTube, I see some people in. Kirsty, Callie, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I'll show you real quick. So here's my P&L for the day on Tradeify. So I think, once you get done with the first couple profit targets, it's 4,500 instead of $9,000. Right. So I got to make 4,500 total. So I think the math is I need to make like $1,300. So I need to make like $150, $200 maximum on these accounts. I did that, and then I'm up on Apex as well. So I'm going to get the payout, James. I'm getting the payout. All they're doing is helping me build a bigger buffer every week.
Sure.
Honestly, I got a pretty decent buffer on these 50Ks, almost $5,000. So whatever, bro. I'll just build the buffer. But that's my day. So I could go over the one trade. The best trade was the one I took overnight. I posted this in the Black Shirt Club chat.
Yeah, geez, that was a sick trade, dude.
I know. Yeah. So previous days point of control, man, 80% setup. Keep it simple. 80% of the time, we're going to touch that level. We gapped down overnight. And where did we go to? If you guys remember, I've had this level marked out. I've been talking about this weekly fair value gap right in here. I said, this is like a clear place where I think we should get some type of mean reversion on the higher time frame. So we gapped down into that level. We have the 80% set up in play. We started building some bullish structure. I got long 1 micro, so it was no stress. And it was worth it because the market was moving so well that I'm like, I could still capture like $400 to $500 per account with 1 micro if my target gets hit. So that was the thought process. I got out here to be a little safe. I woke up a little bit early to hang with the baby. I checked the charts. I was like, this is the target, but who cares? I'll take it here. Took my money, and then it pushed to the POC. But this has kind of been the resistance all day, this point of control. So that was my long on Apex, and then I just took some longs on Tradeify throughout this chop to kind of get to where I was, and that's my day. What about you?
Yeah, so I've had 2 trades today. I can also put my screen up. So I just trade. So at the moment, Zach, I got 3 100K FTMO accounts funded. You guys know that I've had one since the start of the year. I've had, well, mid-Jan. I've also had another 2 only past 2 weeks ago, Zach. That's why one of them I'm getting, or 2 of them I'm getting the refund back. Like today, the refund I'm getting it back because it's the first payout on that account, and then the next one, next week I'll get a refund as well back because it's the first payout on that account. But one of the accounts I've had since the start of the year, and I've already had. Well, I'll have 5 payouts on it from next week. I'm not going to trade that account anymore. I traded it today for the last time, and then I'll just lock it in and take that payout because once I take the payout on another account, I'll get a brand new fresh 100K to trade, so I don't need to risk any profits, right? But basically, I took the NASDAQ long here pre-market, just off that news candle. We got a pullback, and I just took a quick long 30 points. Okay. And then I took this live with the H4 guys on stream. Why I'm longs off of these lows. I like that we flushed down. I get the pullback to a nice level off the opening range low daily VWAP, and I get the longs back up towards that level. Now, just on one of my FTMO accounts, this is the account I've had for the longest. I've made $22,600 on it, and I'll have 5 payouts on it. As you can see, I'm currently up $7,600 on it, so I'll be able to take that
sick,
profit.
Dude. So good
next week. Yeah, so. Yeah, I got the scaling plan as I've always been speaking about. I just need to wait for the 20th of May. But basically, I'm basically up 22 grand from risking 500 that I got paid back on the first payout. So it's all profit. At this stage.
That's one of those. That's a dope thing about the.
Yeah. So my next payout
CFDs,
is
they refund you.
Yeah. So my next payout, which I'm not going to trade this account anymore, will be $6,100, 80% of 7,600. So. And then as I said, I took a payout today on another account, and I've got another account that's also up $7,500. So I'll take a 6 grand payout there. So it's been going well, bro. I mean, it's in fact just on my FTMO accounts this month, just the funded accounts, no evals or challenges, just live funded accounts. I'm up 23 grand, bro, on it. So,
bro, not to make this like a cocky thing, but why are we doing so well in March? Because we're both killing it right now. What do you think it is about you? Because, bro, I know so many people who they've struggled in March. They've said March has been brutal. But then I know a couple guys, you're one of them, like, we're just doing really well. What do you think it is for you?
Honestly, bro, I've literally been adopting what Ark's been saying. I'm literally just getting green and being like, shit, I'm green on the day, green on the trade. Let me just lock that thing up, bro. Like, I'm not doing dumb stuff later on in the day to give back profits. Like now I'm up 1.5. Like I'm up $1,500 over those 2 trades. And I'm like, listen, I'm just stopping. I don't need to trade any other accounts. If I really want to try something, I'll go take it on a complete demo account. I'm not even talking like a challenge account. I'm a complete demo account and mess around with that. But normally I'm just stopping and I'm just chilling and spending time with the family. And then like now I'll get to a good level that I'm happy with profits, Zach. Like I'm up 7,600 on the account. I'll go trade another account starting from tomorrow. I'm not going to trade that account for the next 7 days until the payout date.
Yep. Facts, dude. I love it, man.
Why? Top one asking. Yeah. So I had to do that risk interview. You just send them a video. It's pretty easy.
That's the CFD, I'm guessing. They definitely don't be doing that.
One.
They don't do that on the future side, guys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zach, I don't know. I think, as I said, I think it's just like locking in profits and not trying to get every single move in the market. Just taking like 1 or 2 good bite-sized chunks out of the market. Like for me, if I have 2 trades and both of them are 25, 30 points on the NASDAQ every single day, I'm going to make $500 plus on those accounts. So
yeah, I'm with you, man. I gotta show my calendar.
Why do you think it is? Why do you think it is?
I think a big part is I've been scalping Asia really well, just going with base hits there. So
yeah,
again, same thing as you said, bro. Like I look for, especially in Asia, I'm looking for like 10 points. I might do that twice, look for 2 good setups for 10 points, and I'm done. There's been so many days that I lock these accounts up for the entirety of New York session.
Look at that, bro.
Accounts. This calendar is one of my best months, bro. Total P&L, 51,000, 18,000 in payouts. And if just Tradeify, I mean, I made another 10 grand with Take Profit Trader, but
nice.
If we get this, dude, I love the daily payouts. They're fire. But if we lock in one more here, that'll be 8. I'm bad at math. 24. Yeah, 24 grand from Tradeify alone. Which, so if we do this today, we'll have beat my record month, because I think my record month was back in July for 30. Like, it was like 31 and some change. This will be 30.
Yeah. You said you were going to get 32 with that Apex payout, but then they screwed you.
They snatched it from me. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tradeify. I got to make it from you, because Apex ain't gonna give it to me.
Sorry, Brett Simba.
Shout out Brett Simba, man.
James, what view app indicator are you using? Well, the screen looks to be all good outside, James, but
yeah, it looks good.
I'm using the ASFX free automatic view app indicators, and then for the daily view app, I use the it's called the view app auto anchored. Yep.
Guys, have any of you heard about the new Tradeify 3.0 that's dropping tomorrow? I got a sneak peek. Of it.
What's it on, boss?
If I wasn't on YouTube as well, and we were only on ASFX TV, I'd honestly spill it. But we're also on YouTube, so I can't. I mean, guys, it's nothing insane. Like, it's not anything that you're going to be like, but it's really dope. There's some cool new updates coming. Multiple different things that are being updated. So, and it's all good too. There's no like, a lot of times a prop firm will change up some stuff.
Update and they blow it out of proportion. Yeah.
Yeah, but also, or it'll be an update on certain things that's better, but they trade off, and they'll be like, yeah, but the consistency score is lower now, or like the profit targets. There's nothing like that. It's just good stuff, which is cool. So it'll be out tomorrow. Tradeify 3.0.
Yeah. If you guys are watching on YouTube, by the way, for those on YouTube, make sure to check out ASFX TV. You guys do get a free month, and there's courses in there, Zach's course, as well as live streams every single day. So make sure to go check that out as well. The link's in our bio.
Yep. So I'm trying to think what I should do, man. If I want to lock in this payout, I wish I just held the damn short. I would have been fine. But I need to make, like, if I trade a mini, I need to make like what, 30 to 40 ticks to just lock it in.
Sure.
It's like, how do we do that today? I should do the math on exactly what I need. 4,500 minus 3,189. 500 minus 3,189. My P&L needs to be $1,311 to request. So I got to make another, what's 1311? I do this all the time because I'm retarded and bad at math.
Oh my goodness.
1311. People have seen me do this on stream. They're like, bro, do you really need to do that? I do. 1311 minus, what was it? My current P&L, 1,142 minus 1,142. So I need to make $170. So we're going to try to do it on stream. I'll let you guys know if we do it.
Yeah. Robert's asking, are you going to short?
I think I have to.
I mean,
what are you seeing, James? You tell me what you like.
It's coming lower now. We've broken through levels. I would think it comes lower at the minute. I'm personally not going to look to take any trades at the minute, like on any of the accounts. But if I had to be in a trade right now, I would have shorted off that 5-minute close up at 249 on the NASDAQ.
Yeah, it looks like it's just about to rip lower.
Yeah, Robert says let's do it. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I don't like now we actually have reached we actually are trading as an outside day now on NQ from the extended market hours into back at those previous days lows.
Mm-hmm.
But it does, I mean, shorts, it's tough to look for longs with price action like this. We failed to move higher. Now we're coming down. The only thing I don't like, Zach, is that for me personally, this is too low down to look for a short.
I just did it. I just locked it in. I just scalped it. Fuck yeah!
You got the payout.
I got the payout. So we'll be requesting 6K
okay, nice.
At the end of the night. That's 6 p.m. Let's go. Sorry guys, I wasn't saying anything, but I just was scalping 20 ticks. Like it wasn't. It was like something I got to just do in the moment. It was like we just had to close the deal. There we go.
The Giggle Twins are streaming. Yeah, we're always streaming, Zach. Yeah, no, good work.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, some dubs in the chat. Thank you. So it's officially my best month. It'll be 33K in payouts. So let's go. All right.
Let's go. We should put some music on there.
Dude, we got to get some sound effects in here. On the PFM stream, I have all these crazy sound effects, but Luna set them all up for me. I don't know how to do it.
Are you live on my YouTube at the moment as well, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, we're live on your YouTube, my YouTube, and ASFX.
Sick. Sick.
I'll go to your screen. You seeing any, like, I know that I feel like for the most part, bro, by 1 p.m. you also want to be done trading unless there's something
I'm using these streams really, Zach, to go over and recap. If I find a trade, like a very quick trade, I will. But I think these streams are very good to recap and go over the day and see. And hopefully the guys in the ASFX TV can actually see how we are actually able to make money if we're learning from the, you know, our habits and the time that we actually and effort that we put into our trading. So I think, like, use these kill zone streams to ask us questions, because we've got two guys that are actually making money here trading. And, you know, I think that's what I like using these streams to recap. If there's a trade, hey, I'll take a trade. But like, I might take it with smaller size on only one account or whatever it is.
I totally agree. And the cool thing is that we're both doing really well, and we're doing really well in a month that a lot of people are struggling, and we trade so differently. So you can learn from both of us very different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no right or wrong way to trade. You got to make it do for yourself. Yeah. Interestingly enough, YM's the only index out of the three that it's still actually green on the day.
Wow. Yeah, that's why I don't even look at the YM, bro. It's too different. I mean, unless you trade it, like you like to trade it, so that's different. For me, I would only look at
my base ticker this month. You know what my base ticker was this month? I actually didn't even realize it, but I think I did have one sick day across like two of the accounts where I made like $5,000 on it, and that's probably put the P&L up. Was the DAX? I shorted the DAX, and that put me up on that. So it was just from that, like, literally one trade, that one day that I shorted it. So, but yeah, pretty interesting. I was having a look at my reports on those accounts from just this month. I was having a look at it. And then my day and time as well. Like my trade time, Zach, is mainly coming. See, I have some London trades today, 10 a.m. my time. This is all South African time. But most of my money is coming after the open, 3 p.m. onwards. And then I don't really trade around this time. I actually did take one trade on this time, and I took a loss on it. I think that was like beginning of the month before I started coming on the streams and everything. So
yeah.
You've
been killing it though, man. So your best trade times are, is that Eastern? That's New York time?
No, this is South African time. So 3:30 p.m. South African time is the open. I've had some pre-market trades, but most of my money's coming after 3:30 p.m. So after the market open.
So like pretty much 9:30 to 11 a.m. are your best trades in that area.
Correct. I would say 9:30 to 11. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Good stats though, bro. Solid stats.
Yeah, and then on these accounts, my average risk reward ratio is 0.54. Day win percentage 108, trade win percentage 89. So
bro, so we both have not had a single red day, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, to be fair, I have had red days on my other accounts. So
sure.
It's just Tradeify. We've been really doing well. Take Profit Trader, I ended up being red on Friday. James, I tried taking a couple trades after we got off stream.
Yeah.
It was red on TPT. I blew some Lucid funded accounts, so I'm not perfect, man. I blew, obviously, you guys know I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that like I'm cocky. I'm just saying I'm not fucking perfect at all. I blew some Lucid funded accounts 2 days in.
Sure.
Because I was being aggressive. Also, I got the accounts for free. I'm not going to lie about that.
Dude, you know what I do? I actually hate getting free accounts because I
do too. Like I don't take them seriously. I'd rather just.
No, I don't. I stuff around. I agree with you. I clown around, bro, and then it's actually not fun.
It's really true.
That's also why, is because obviously FTMO don't give shit, bro. So I had to purchase those accounts. I'm like, nah, I spent $2,000. What's it, $1,500 on them? I'm gonna make a count, you know. So
yeah. Yo, Nick J says he wants to come on and trade with us. Come on down, bro. You're invited to Killzone anytime. Come through. First class tickets to Hawaii on our boy. Whew, dude, nah, all that money's going to a new apartment, hopefully. I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
Remember when you were in Hawaii and the guy saw you on trades and was like, oh, you trade?
Yeah, that was crazy. On the plane, bro. I was right next to him, sitting right next to him for a freaking like a 12-hour flight.
What? And he obviously scoped the trade zillion and was like, nah, so what do you trade?
Yep. We talked about trading for like 5 hours. Sarah was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Was he trading prop firms as well?
He was trading Apex.
That's funny, dude.
It was hilarious. I was like, damn, that's insane. Running into a let alone just a trader, but a prop firm trader in our world.
Bro,
we're like a niche within a niche.
There's actually, you know, you'll be surprised. There's actually a lot more traders that trade prop firms than we realize. But we only think because we only really stay in our own communities, you know?
It's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, no, it's getting bigger and bigger, man. These firms are doing crazy money. I think Tradeify just did an advertisement during the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Brett Simba about it.
Oh well, what? That's not surprising because I think they sponsor Israel Adesanya. If I'm not mistaken.
I think that's what I'm talking about. I think.
Yeah.
Bro, can we just shout out Austin real quick with
But
this
Israel
shit?
Adesanya got flipping decked.
Dude, look at Austin's payouts in March. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, that's wild.
it's almost like it's almost stupid. Like, what is going on? He just he just shows up, requests a payout by the end of the day every day.
Yeah, he's like, boom, I'll take that $500 payout.
Yeah.
Daily payout.
That's sick. That's sick. We're selling off.
Hey, JW here from South Africa. Good to have you on, JW. Yes, sir.
Nice.
I'm in where are you based in South Africa? I'm in Ballito.
Shout out South Africa. Is anyone in a trade? Anyone forcing themselves into the market right here? I could try to give my take here. I think at this point, it's obviously going lower. That's not a crazy thing to announce, but you're inside a bullish gap right here, 1 hour bullish gap. I don't really think it's going to hold. It is aligning with previous day's low. But honestly, the way this price leg is looking, I'm thinking like we know that there's that weekly fair value gap in here that the market tapped into. We know about that gap. So I do think ultimately, as long as we don't get a strong closure below this gap, I actually think we are at an area where the market is going to go up over the next few days. But we could do something like this, right? Like, so we can have this kind of fake out move, push it back down, sweep out this low, but ultimately hold this fair value gap, right? And then get people extra bearish. And then we build bullish structure. And I'm not saying today, I'm saying in general, like this week. I can see something like that where, people get initially bullish here on the higher time frame. It doesn't work out. They get stopped out here, sweeps their liquidity. Then you get that move up. And as far as targets go, there is a really clear target for me on the higher time frame, which I'll point out. If you go to the daily, I'm just looking at this daily imbalance right here, this fair value gap. So from here to here. This is going to print a daily fair value gap wide open. You can even narrow it down to the 4 hour. You have a 4 hour gap right here, same exact spot. So I'm going to call, this is like, you can clip it, make fun of me if I'm wrong, but what I'm calling for is, here, let me erase these. That's going to be confusing. What I'm calling for is this gap to get hit before Friday, which is not a crazy thing to predict. I think this gap is going to hold for a day or two. Even if we sweep this low, I think eventually this gap holds. And I think it brings us up towards this 4 hour fair value gap for our drawn liquidity for the week. Maybe it happens by Wednesday. Maybe it happens tomorrow. Maybe it happens by Friday. But I do think this is a good weekly drawn liquidity. Sure. If anyone agrees or disagrees, let me know.
Yeah, I see some guys here from Hillcrest. Yeah, so nice. Good to see South Africans. I'm in Ballito, so we must definitely make a plan to meet up, Honor. Yeah.
Sick. Damn, Adriel is still in shorts since AM session. That's wild. What are you holding them from, bro? You must be a millionaire right now. No, for real, that's a crazy short. If you got short at 9:30 open, I mean, you have been in profit all damn day.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, the short was from 500. You'll be up 300 points. This thing's coming lower now.
Yeah, I need to go grab my Zins. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I mean, this is as soon as we fail to come above that New York session VWAP right now, we're just melting at the minute. So I mean, would not be surprised to see us go back towards the pre-market lows back down at the open there. It's very, very this is one-way traffic right now. Even on the daily time frame, the Nasdaq's bleeding off there. Yeah, sounds good, Honor. 100%. How long you been trading? How long you guys been trading? But yeah, in Pretoria, but recently moved to Texas. Nice, Tian. Yeah, I'll be in the States. Please come to KZN in April. How can we get in contact? Yeah, message me on my socials over here. on Instagram or Twitter, whichever one you use. I've also got a YouTube channel, so make sure to just check those out. Then you can get them there. I've also got an email there as well if you want to do that. But message me on Instagram; it's a lot easier. I am heading to the States to go and check Austin and the guys in the beginning of May. So it just depends when you come through. Yeah, I'm going to be staying actually near Zach. So when I am in New York, we're going to Florida obviously first, and then we'll be in New York as well.
It's going to be so fun in New York, man. I promise. I'll make sure you guys have fun. I'll take you to spots.
Yeah, no, I'm keen. Yeah, but cool. Message me on Instagram, JW. Then we can make a plan there.
Yeah, we selling hard, guys. I mean, it's starting to look like we go for low a day. Definitely looking like a low a day.
It's not looking pretty, bro. NASDAQ, even on the daily time frame, we've broken through that 200 EMA now.
Daily 200? I thought we already broke that.
No, yeah, we really broke it. Yeah, 100%. I've been training for 2 years, but started with ASFX stream last month and it changed my life. There you go. Great to have you on, bro.
That's amazing. Let's go. Yo, by the way, YouTube chat, if any of you guys do want to check out ASFX TV in the morning session as well with Austin, Evan, Randy, the other guys, you can check it out for free completely. Just go to the link in the description of this video. I'll drop it in the chat too. If you guys want to check it out, it's totally free for the first month. So no harm if you like it. Check it out. There's a ton of there's courses on there. You have Futures 101, Futures 2.0 from Austin and Evan, and then you got the Liquidity Concepts course from me. And James is working on a course too. So there's courses. Yeah. You can have access to all the streams. I mean, there's streams from like 2 years ago on there. You could go deep and look at like old streams. I don't know why you might do that, but you can. There's a lot of information out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information on the streams, 100%. Especially even going over I'll kill zone streams, I'll recap. So seeing what trades we took. Okay, what trade did you take, and then comparing it to what we were seeing compared to what you're seeing.
Exactly. Yeah, I just dropped it in the chat, guys. If anyone wants to check it out.
Yeah, scalping is definitely a strategy. I know some guys that literally just sit on the 1 minute chart and scalp for a couple of points every single day.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. It's not about. No, the bank account doesn't ask what was your biggest trade on the Nasdaq.
I'm a scalper, but I'm also very dynamic. Like if I know how to hold the trade, I love that I kind of transitioned to a smaller time frame and smaller time horizon on my trades, because I spent years trying to like get perfect at predicting the daily expansion, like looking for the bigger move of the day.
Yeah.
To the point that I got pretty proficient at it, like pretty decent. I think you guys have seen that. But now I scalp mostly, but I can still take those bigger trades when they present, when it's like really good. Like last night,
on Thursday and Friday, I made money long, Zach.
I know, that's hilarious. That's scalping for you.
Yeah, that's scalping for you. I literally on NQ, I bought the low up to that spark over there and made money, $1,000. And on Thursday, I bought the low up to the high and I made $2,000. So it's like, you don't actually need to get the direction right even. You just need to be able to find a good entry with solid risk stop loss placement and that makes sense and get in and take your bucks and get out.
It's really true.
Yeah, but we are melting here, Zach. I would not be surprised to see that 23,100 level get taken out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. 23,100, Asia session lows, low of day. I also think it makes the most sense to not make longs for the rest of the week super easy for people, if I'm even right. I could be wrong. Maybe we just sell off all week. But personally, I think this gap is going to hold up a little bit better. But again, it's a weekly fair value gap, right? So we can wick through this gap. We can go all the way to the bottom of the gap, even a little bit lower. But as long as the weekly candle doesn't print with a closure below the gap, it can turn into a wick that stops out shorts, late shorts at the end, and then pushes it up to that target. And again, it's a really high time frame support level. So I'm taking price seriously here. Like it could take out that low just to make it hard for everyone, so that the people who got long Sunday night, if their stop is right below that low of day,
Yeah,
they're not, they don't survive, but they were still right on direction. I mean, that's what NQ does. That's what the markets do.
Yeah, so basically you're saying wick it up and then maybe from there move higher.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm eyeing for this week. I would like to see something like that.
Sure. Yeah, we are sitting at previous weeks. We literally close on weekly lows on Fridays. So yeah, this is not at the moment. We're just selling off, bro. It's the video is now rotating lower. Look at that. The video is actually breaking that level that we were trading at. So it'll be interesting to see what we do get here on the stocks though. YM's actually not melting as hard. Look at YM. YM still from that Asia low is still, in terms of percent, still 1% off of those lows, whereas NQ is literally right there. NQ's 0.37% from the lows.
I want to answer this guy, Bobby Butcher. I'm going to go back to my screen so you see what I mean. He's saying, but are you not taking into account the higher time frame? This is just a lower high on the low time frame. I see us sliding more this week. So here's my thing. I am taking into consideration the higher time frame, but more so the medium time frame. So what I mean by that is, first off, this weekly gap is not something to just totally disregard. Okay. These are the levels that the market is drawn into. And these are the types of levels where we see inflection points. I'm not saying that we're going back up to all-time highs. Quite the contrary. I have no opinion on if this brings us back to all-time highs, but I have an opinion on higher time frame support level, holding price up to take us up to right here, this 4-hour imbalance right here. Let me do it on the continuous contract because it's more pronounced right here. This one, it's like, it's not a crazy thing. This could still become a lower high, right? But this is how the market stops the most people out. Tap into that level, stop people out here, and then push it up to this imbalance. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about the next 2 months, 3 months. I'm thinking about the next couple of days, what the market could do when it just wants to ebb and flow, because could it just rip lower all week? It can, but that would have to take some serious fundamentals for that to happen. And that could definitely occur because we're in a war. But if it doesn't, and people try to buy in that level, and I think it could take us up to there very easily. So that's the thought process.
Yeah. I think all the stuff is what you're saying, like what Zach's saying now, it doesn't really matter, especially when you're scalping. Like, I don't really care about direction. I'm trading what's happening in front of me, Yeah,
at the end of the day, I always like to have that bigger picture because it helps me stay in line with an overall idea. It doesn't mean I won't short the market tomorrow at all.
Of course.
I may very well take a short. But it's good to, for me at least, it helps me.
No, sure. To come up with a thesis and everything. I agree. I mean, I always I do pre-market prep every single day. I have a thesis of what I would like to see and then go from there. But again, like, I got the direction wrong on Thursday and Friday, but I still made money because my execution was good.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Execution trumps everything else.
Execution trump. Here's actually a tweet. I can just give me a second, Zach, before you bring it up. But I can actually bring this photo up here. I've read it on one of these streams before. Just give me a second, Zach.
Yeah, no problem. I'll answer this question while you're finding that. Someone, ASFX, is asking, what software do you copy trade with? So there's a lot. I'd say if you're brand new to copy trading, like someone, Ricardo, right below you, he mentioned a third-party copy software called Replicanto. That'll work, man. But if you're brand new to copy trading, personally, I think just stick with whatever copy trader is built into the platform you're using. Those third-party copiers are really helpful for people who want to link 50 accounts or 20 accounts between different firms. If you are just trading with one prop firm and you want to start copying 2 accounts or 3 accounts, you don't need something like Replicanto. You could use the Tradeovate built-in trade copier. It's ready for you to go. Nothing you got to do, no extra money, no cost. You don't got to set anything up. Just use that. Watch a tutorial on how to use the Tradeovate copier, and you're good. TradeC, if you're trading with that new platform called TradeC, it has a built-in copier as well. If you're trading with Project X, it has a built-in copier. So that would be my take on that.
Okay, I've got it up here, Zach. We can speak about it. But this is basically Tom Dante, which is a great follow on Twitter. But basically, he says he was telling about a guy that when he was trading in-house prop firm, that this guy always used to have great reads of the market. Like he would say, oil is going to rally the whole day and close on its highs, or pound dollar is going to do this and it's going to form a high and close on its lows. And he'd have like, and on every single day, like he'll be like, geez, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. Like he gets the reads right. And then one day, like he had this bias for oil, but he could never stick to his flipping plan. So then he had this bias for oil, that oil was just going to rally the whole day. And he managed to, like, he missed the initial move. Then he tried to short it. And that's when oil started to pump. You know, the classic, bro, like the classic going against your plan. And basically what he says is, I'd rather be average at calling and excel in execution. Execution is everything. Without it, your calls mean shit. And while you're reading, if you have a clear read on a given day, make a plan and try to stick to the effing thing. So
I love it. Yeah.
So it just goes to show, like even on Thursday and Friday, my execution was really, really good because I've been feeling, really focused at the trading desk. And I actually got the direction wrong for the day. I thought we were going to bounce a little bit, but nope, wasn't to be. But I was still able to.
I did too. That's what's funny. I thought so too. I thought we might be running to that target I had immediately, and we did the opposite. I'm still green.
Yeah.
It's a really good point. Chat, what do you think you guys are more so of? Like, are you guys more scalpers or are you more intraday traders looking for a bigger move? I'm interested in what most people are doing. Can I copy trade through NinjaTrader? Yeah, you absolutely can. 100%. NinjaTrader is actually owned by, Tradeovate is owned by NinjaTrader. These two platforms are the same, actually. You could use your Tradeovate credentials to log into NinjaTrader and vice versa. So if you prefer NinjaTrader, that's fine. But yeah, they have a copy trader as well built into the platform. Just watch a tutorial on it. I don't know. I've never used the NinjaTrader version. I use Tradeovate, but yeah, you're fine. Laura's asking, how do I get Discord for your site? Do you have a link for the ASFX Discord?
Yeah, I'll get it up. Yeah. Let's get it up. Yeah.
Okay, chat saying, Andy says he's intraday. Robert says, I like to scalp, but I look for setups. I can have the market come up to my entry points. So a little bit of both. JW says, I don't know enough yet. Scalping, but that is pretty much gambling. Okay, well, it sounds like you're brand new. Arno, scalping. Doug, scalper for sure. I've accepted that I can't catch big moves unless they're against me, of course. Hey, but you know yourself. So you get in, you get out. It makes sense, Doug. Driss, scalping. So most of you guys are scalpers. It's funny, man, because I feel like, James, you remember when we were all trading FX? I feel like the idea of scalping was like a dirty word because we traded FX and there was like spread and slippage, which I guess it makes sense for FX. But I remember that we were like, oh, scalpers, there's no money in scalping.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're scalping indexes, I mean, it's really nice because the moves are so big. So you can take advantage of like a 50-point move on the NASDAQ or even like 30 points. And you can make $1,000, $2,000. Well, the more money you have, the more money you can make, right? So yeah, I enjoy scalping personally. I think it's a lot more consistent you'll be able to make 30 points on the NASDAQ than 300 points on the NASDAQ, like, in terms of like the trades personally. It's just, you can scalp for 30 points twice a day. Whereas like to get a 300-point move or 100-point move on the NASDAQ, it's a little bit more tricky.
Yep. Facts. Yeah, everyone's a scalper here. 10, 15, or 20 points on average. With NQ, isn't it funny that nowadays 20 points is most of the time scalping these days? Dude, 3 years ago, 20 points on NQ was absolutely an intraday trade. The volatility's just gone crazy.
I would, yeah, JBW, I'll disagree with you in terms of when you say scalping is gambling. I mean, whether you day trading or swing trading or anything, you're putting risk on the market. It's just, it's the same. It's just a different style. And also scalping, I mean, I scalp, but I took 2 trades today. Doesn't mean you need to be taking 500 trades. That I would agree with you is gambling. Not like I'm taking 50 trades in a day. I'm taking between 1 and 3. So whether you're trading for 50 points on the NASDAQ or 500, you're still putting risk into the market. But if you're taking so many trades scalping, then that's obviously a different story.
I think that's the most common misconception about scalping, that you have to take 100 trades in a day. You could two trades a day. As a scalper is the most elite way to do it.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, my trades today, I literally, on the first trade I took 25 points on NASDAQ, and that was like $800 to $1,000. And then the second trade, I took $700 or $800 on, I got mostly out at 50 points on YM. Not looking for massive moves. So I think, it is a little bit of a misconception. It's not like I'm sitting here clicking buttons all day.
Yeah. It sounds like it is when people hear it. That's what they think it is.
We do have NFP this week, Zach.
Oh, yeah? Wednesday? Or no, is NFP on Fridays? When is that?
Bro. Come on, man. How long have you been trading?
Oh, good. Yeah, all right, Friday.
You know it's the first Friday of every single month. Dude, you're funny.
Is there, okay, this is how much I don't know. When I see NFP, is that the same as NFE, non-farm employment? Or is it a different one?
It's the same. NFP. I've never heard of NFE, but non-farm, it probably is the same, non-farm payments.
Okay.
Yeah. NFE.
Well, yeah, but it's called non-farm employment, so the P is for employment?
But the I think they use the P in employment. NFE, NFP. That's NFP, bro. Don't confuse that.
All right, fair.
When you guys plan to trade personal account, I know James does, or that stocks mainly. I do trade a personal day trading account as well as my swing trading stock account. I've always traded personal accounts, Jason.
Yeah.
In fact, I had my first 6-figure year trading a personal account. I didn't even know what prop firms were. So I've always traded personal accounts, but my main focus is still the prop firms, at least because you can just get so much return on investment. Like you buy a $500 FTMO account. I've taken out over 30 grand on these accounts for $1,500. You're not going to do that on your personal trading account. That I can guarantee you. If you can do it on the first go, or even the first 3 goes, take $1,000 to $2,500 to 30K, I'll literally give you 30 grand to trade. It's very, to do that, it's very, very tricky. Whereas with prop firms, you can do that because of the leverage.
Yeah. Yeah, I traded personal too. I was trading it a lot more at the end of the year, and I'll get back.
Yeah, you were, I remember.
But I'm having fun with the props, man. The props have been doing well right now, so.
Yeah, non-farm payroll. There we go. Non-farm payroll. Sorry. Yeah, NFP, non-farm payroll. Whatever it is, it's NFP. I know that. That's from flipping sure. NFE.
Yeah. Well, that's what it says on Forex Factory. It says non-farm employment.
No, it's NFP, and it's the first Friday of every single month. So we do have that on Friday.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Nick says, last year I spent 82 grand on accounts. My goodness. But he withdrew a lot of money.
Yeah.
He withdrew. He definitely turned a profit.
Yeah, the guys were saying they wanted to short on this pullback, but I don't know about that.
It's hard, man. I think I'm definitely done for the day.
No, I'm done taking trades personally. Yeah, agreed.
Because it's a Monday. It's going to get later into the afternoon. Can we make a new low a day today? Yeah, but we can also just consolidate in the daily range for the rest of the day easily. So why force it? Especially if you're up. If you're already green on the day, there's no reason to keep going. And if you're red on the day, it's probably even more of a reason to not keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's going to be a lot of expansion left. There's going to be probably range-bound market. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a good thing to do to trade both props and personal for different how I trade the personal accounts. I've got them on a copy. Oh, here's something happening. It's got a bit of a spark on NQ, but there's different things. I have an aggressive personal account where I'll put in 10 grand US in the month and try and double it or I'll blow it. You know, that's the my aggressive personal. And then you get whereas the prop firms, if you spend 10 grand on prop firms, you probably could make 100 grand on if you're a solid trader, you know. So
yeah, I mean, that's a good ROI, but it's a very feasible ROI, 1 to 10. It depends on how you do it. I was
but I mean, you're not going to take the 10 grand to 100 grand and
unless
I'd rather spend on a prop firms. Whereas I think personal accounts are good because there's no rules in that, and you can maybe swing trade stocks and stuff like that. So I use it for different purposes, Zach. You know, like
yeah. No, it's a lot harder. Yeah, I actually see something interesting about that spike. I'll just mention real quick. So this is a level that I use a lot, guys, when it comes to the initial balance. So here's the IB right here, right? We know that Edgeful tells us like roughly for the last few months, 80% of the time, the market's not going to break the opposing side once you break the low. So that also helps with the short bias. But one other thing, and there is a report on this, I got to dig into it a little bit more, but it's called initial balance by levels, I think. And it's funny because I asked Andre to make this, and I think then they ran with it and they added a lot of information that I knew nothing about. But I do pull this up a lot. So it'll be standard deviations of this initial balance. So I have a fib with fib extensions right here, right? I'll drag this out so you guys can see it. So these are 0.5 extensions. So this initial balance for the New York session today, from the high to the low, is about 250 points roughly. That's the range for the first hour of the day, right? So a pretty big range. So look what happens. First off, we break the low right here. Where do we draw into? The 50% of the initial balance. There's also, with the way I trade, there's a fair value gap in here. So that's double confluence. But even if you're not using that, like we have a fair value gap in here. So market came up, filled the fair value gap, went lower. It also tapped into the 50% retracements. Now the extensions extend outward. So this first level is 50% of this entire initial balance. So again, the initial balance is about 250 points roughly. So from the low to here is about half of that, about 120, 125 points, right? Half of the initial balance. Look where the market bounces off of that 0.5 extension. This is something I see a lot. Now, the theory, I believe most people would think that the theory here is that the high frequency trading algorithms are set based off some of these deviations. Like they know that that's the 0.5, 50% deviation, standard deviation of the initial balance, right? So buy orders get put in there from high frequency trading algorithms, which is why you get this little bounce. Now, that's the theory. I'm not saying that's correct, but I am telling you that it can act as a key level is the point. So when you see the market move here, you could use this in a few ways, right? If you're short here and you're looking for a target, this can add confluence as a target. Like I'm going to target the 50% extension of the initial balance. It could also, like, let's say you're looking for a reversal or a mean reversion bounce trade. You could say it just tapped this level. It could be used as a level of support. Of course, you need other confluence. I'm not saying this alone, but it's a helpful confluence that I see work out a lot, time and time again.
Do you have any videos on select swing trades and stock? I don't, but I mean, I could speak more about it on streams and that. Maybe I can speak about it on Wednesday. But yeah, I'm looking at stocks in play. I've got a list that I watch on my right-hand side there, and I'm not really trading any like penny stocks or anything like that. I'm trading, your Mag 7 stocks. I've also do have a look at like AMD, Robinhood, Palantir, Netflix. So your big cap stocks, and then I will have a look at a few others that maybe one or two of my friends. I've got one or two of my friends that run their own books and swing trade stocks as well. So that's all done after hours though. Like I'll place a trade before market close and stuff like that. But yeah. What's your best strategy to pass a prop firm challenge like the FTMO 2-step? What's the strategy risk wise? 0.5 stop loss or 2% in RR. So I trade the challenges quite aggressively. I trade between 1 and 3% risk. And I don't look at RR. Like I risk 1 to 3% a trade, and I'm looking to get green every day. Zach, I don't know about you, but I don't look at like when someone asks me how much did you make on that trade RR wise, I don't know. Like I know I risked $1,000 and I'm on 2 trades. And I made 1,500 today. So that I don't really look at our perspective like that. I just know I'm green on the day, but I'm risking between 1% and 3% on those FTMO challenges. On the funded accounts, between 0.5 and 1%.
Yeah. I mean, I think our multiple is helpful for people that are brand new because it just helps like keep things in line, like even understanding risk. But once you get to a certain point, like you're at that point, and I am too for the most part. I just don't pay too much attention to it. It's more about what can the price action give me on this day, and what's a worthy amount of risk for that.
Yes. Yeah.
How high probability is it? You know?
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, yeah, I mean, for me, for the most part, I know how much I'm risking. Like if I had to take my full stop on the trade, on any given trade, but I'm not like, oh, it only went 0.6 R. No, I'm going to hold it until it goes to 1 R and it goes 0.78 R and then reverses on me and I'm taking a loss on it. That doesn't happen to me anymore. If I'm going to trade and it goes up even like 0.3 R, I might even cut that depending on like how I feel on the day and price action wise and what does the setup, what's it giving me, that type of thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
But that just works for me. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. I'm just telling, again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. So if you're coming from a basis of doing RR, cool, that works for you. Brilliant. Keep on doing it. I'm just telling you what's worked for me and sharing my experience. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong way to do it. I'm just showing what works for me. I can only ever speak about how I do things and what works for me. That's it.
Yeah. Facts, man. 100%. I was listening to Austin's pod, the newest one on Saturday, the day trading show, and they were talking about.
You forgot I started the podcast with him, so it's technically mine and Austin's.
Oh, sorry. James and Austin's podcast, the day trading show. No, but it was a good episode. It had like Zach Boyage and Chris Drysdale, Lawrence, of all those guys on. It's a good episode. And they were talking about dynamic risk versus static risk. So this is somewhat related to our multiple. And there were some different opinions. Like Lawrence was saying that you should have static risk. Like if you're going to risk $200 per trade, you need to do that every time so that your data reflects the exact same way. And then other people were kind of, pushing back on it a little bit, saying like, I actually do believe in more of a dynamic risk. Like if there is an A+ setup, I might be willing to put more risk on, because that is how I can like exploit edge when I see those high probability trades. But then the question was, how do you actually identify a high probability trade? And then I think it was Chris Drysdale mentioned this, and he worded it really well. I was like, I do this all the time. He said, a lot of times it may not be I'm actually putting a higher dollar amount of risk on the table, but it's more that I decide to hold a trade for longer.
Sure.
Because I think there's more room.
More potential to move.
There's more potential. There's
different ways to look at it. Yeah.
There's so many different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of thinking, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, someone says here in the chat as well, you can't just close out on base hits to fund account, in my opinion. Stop loss should be base hits, but you need to hit some home runs. So I disagree with that. If you want to fund an account on my FTMO accounts, I didn't have a massive home run trade where I passed it in like 2 trades. I made $2,000 every single day for five days in a row, and I passed the account. I passed the phase 1, and then for phase 2, I think I had like 6 days of whatever it was, 800, 1,100. So I disagree with that, but that just works for me. If you want to go for bigger home runs, and that works for you, that's great.
I do somewhat understand what you're saying, Ricardo, and this kind of goes back to what those guys were talking about on the podcast, because
you hold for longer.
Yeah, but you just you don't necessarily need to risk.
You don't risk more. You just hold. You maybe put your stop loss at break even, and you're going for a bigger move. I understand that.
Yeah, exactly. Because, and like Zach Boyajian brought this up, he was talking about how like, okay, if you have a 50%, if you have a 1-to-1 average risk reward, then it will take like you have a 50% likelihood of the trade going in your favor or against you. Literally 50%. If you have a 1-to-2 risk reward, you have statistically, it is a 33% probability it will go in your favor, and it's a higher probability that it will go against you. So he was saying, now there's no edge in this actually, because those are the true statistical probabilities of this, no matter what. Now we use technical analysis to increase that edge by a small margin, right? So that, like, if I am a 1 to 2R trader, I need my win rate to be anything above 33% and I'll pull a profit. But what they were saying is, like, at the end of the day, the market is random. And if you do this over a sample size of like 10 years, you probably will actually have a 33% win rate and be break even, because that is the law of probabilities. But they said that's where, like, you know, if you do have those moments where you can hold the trade longer because you see something, it does help out the probabilities that go against you actually turning a profit. So I see what you're saying, but also, like, most of my trades are base hits, I will say, but I do have those moments where I hold and I make a nice chunk, and it helps. So
the only problem I have with this, and if home runs work for you, then that's great. Like on my stock plays, I trade for multiple RR on my stock plays. I don't trade for 1-to-1. I'm going for multiple R. The only thing that I've seen, again, I'm only speaking from my experience, Ricardo. If it works for you, then, you know, keep doing it. If you're making money doing it, continue doing it. I'm just sharing what's been operating for me right now. And again, like, I think what I think is a big component of having like a fixed RR per trade. I had a guy that was in the Black Shirt Club in December. He was like, I have to trade for 2R every single trade. And his trades would go up like 1.6R and the market wasn't following through and would reverse on him and take his stop loss out. And then when he started trading for like a 1-to-1, even less than 1-to-1, he's been making money consistently. So, you know, obviously it depends on your trading style. And that's a beautiful thing about trading. There's so many different ways to trade. There's no right or wrong way. I know a guy that literally would trade he only trades for like 1 to 5R. He takes a lot of losses, but when he does hit that massive home run, it works for him. But it doesn't work for me. So
yeah. I also think when you, like, a lot of newer traders, they get caught up always looking for home runs, where the reality is the home run actually doesn't occur very often. That's the thing.
That's so, the problem. Yeah.
Most days you need to go for the base hit. But yeah, if you get good enough at trading that you recognize when those home runs occur, which they do, and you know how to exploit it and hold it, you're going to increase your edge a lot. But a lot of newer traders are just they're only looking for the home run and they can't identify them.
I mean, Zach, this is just, I think when you start trading with a bit with real size behind your trades. I mean, I took my trade and I was up in that 40-point move there, I was up $1,000 or what was it? $800. I was like, well, I'm already up at $800 from earlier. I'm not going to let that go red on me, and I'll close for 1,590 on the day. Boom. Could I have held that trade for longer? Yes, but maybe I was going for complete opening range high or even higher like that.
And then
look what would have happened. I would have had to suffer through drawdown. I'd be up 800, maybe up another 200, and then back down on me, break even. I don't like seeing that. So, you know, and if I had tried to hold for a bigger RR in that trade as well today, I would have taken the loss because it would have come back down and stopped me out. So, you know, I'm just sharing what's been working for me. And I can take base hits out of the market every single day. And when you are trading, you know, with prop firms that are able to give you size, like I do with FTMO, and it works for me, I'm happy taking $1,500 a day, you know, and then looking to scale from that. So can you take home run trades? Yes, sure. Go for it. And if it works for you, that's brilliant. It's not for me though.
Agreed, man. All right, bro. It's 2:00. Should we dip? I mean, I'm done. I'm not going to take any trades. So I think I'm good.
Yeah. No, I know the guys are looking for shorts right here. And again, like, just to say, I just want to mention this is good debates. I enjoy this type of stuff because I'm always learning, right? I'm not making $1 million a month trading. So I always want to try and be better. And I think that's how you improve as a trader, is by taking other people's opinions. Hey, James, maybe you could have held for more in that trade. Yeah, shit, maybe I could have because of X, Y, and Z or whatever it was. So there's always ways to improve, because I'm not claiming to be, I know how to make money trading, but I'm always looking, how can I make more money trading? I think this is where these chats are actually pretty decent.
Yeah, man. Absolutely 100%. That's what it's for. That's what streaming is for, man. Having these conversations.
Yeah. JW, I go have a look at those VWAP courses in ASFX, particularly Evans, but I use VWAP in my own way, but very similar, I would say, to the courses, but I do adopt my own kind of use on it. What I would do is come join these streams every single day, and I can give you rundowns of my trades that I take in the day, and and our chats with Zach. But yeah, I know we've been on now for a good hour, but I think that was a good chat. It's always good to be on with you guys. Make sure to check out, if you are watching on stream, ASFX TV. The code FIRST gives you a free month. There's courses in there, Zach's course, live streams every single day, and you do get a free month. And then Zach and I will see you again on Wednesday. And then Zach, we'll have to do a live stream from your house one day when I'm in New York.
Dude, I'm down. Let's go. Yeah. All right, though, guys. Yeah, much love. We'll be back on Wednesday, and the rest of the guys will be live tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. If you want to check it out, if you haven't tried out ASFX TV, code is in the comments right here and the description of the video. This link will get you 100% off your first month if you want to check it out. So I guess that's it, yo. Thanks, James. We'll talk later.
Thanks, guys. And again, I appreciate the chats. Without the comments and that, we can't actually have good conversations like this because this is how we operate and grow as traders together. So yeah, appreciate it.
100%. All right, guys. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Catch you
Cheers,
Wednesday.
guys.
Later.